British leaks describe Trump's act of diplomatic vandalism on Iran deal. London. It was just hours after Boris Johnson, then Britain's Foreign Secretary, returned to London from a whirlwind trip last year to try to persuade the White House to abide by the Iran nuclear accord. Kim Darroch, then the British ambassador to the United States, fired off a withering assessment of President Trump's wish to quit the deal. Mr. Trump, the Vice President, the National Security Advisor and the Secretary of State had all failed to articulate why the President was determined to withdraw, beyond his campaign promises, Mr. Darroch wrote. And the American even when you pressed, Mr. Darroch wrote to Mr. Johnson, none had anything much to say about the day after, or a plan B, beyond reimposition of U.S. sanctions. With Iran and the United States now, the leaked cables offered a window into Britain's frantic effort to save the Iran nuclear deal in May 2018 and the Trump administration's indifference to its entreaties. Published by a British tabloid, the cables are the second batch of leaked documents that led to Mr. Darroch's resignation last week. The British Foreign Office. Mr. Johnson's position drew fierce criticism from his opponent in the Prime Minister race, Jeremy Hunt, the current Foreign Secretary, as well as from some of the Conservative Party members who are voting on the next party leader and Prime Minister. On Friday night, Mr. Johnson acknowledged in a BBC interview that his failure to stand behind Mr. Darroch had been part of the reason the ambassador decided to resign. Heckled that same night, I probably should have been more emphatic that Kim personally had my full support, Mr. Johnson said. The leak has prompted an aggressive investigation by a counter-terrorism unit of the Metropolitan Police, as well as a bitter dispute over the right of the Mail on Sunday to publish the files. Assistant Commissioner Neil Basu, the leader of the counter-terrorism unit, warned before the latest release that publishing any further documents may also be a criminal matter. He asked newspaper journalists, lawmakers, and both candidates for Prime Minister leaped to the defense of the Mail on Sunday, saying the warning from the police jeopardized the workings of a free press. I defend to the hilt the right of the press to publish those leaks if they receive them and judge them to be in the public interest. That is their job, Mr. Hunt. Mr. Johnson said he worried that clamping down on the publication of leaked documents would have a chilling effect on public debate. British news reports on Saturday indicated that the police were focusing on a government insider in the leak investigation. Pro-Brexit Brexiters like Mr. Johnson have held out the prospect of a free trade deal with the United States as one of the rewards of a hard split with the European Union. But the cable's Mr. Johnson did not meet with Mr. Trump on the visit, but Mr. Darroch ensured that the Foreign Secretary had exceptional access to senior officials, including Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, the cables said. That meeting created. Mr. Darroch wrote that Mr. Pompeo did some subtle distancing by talking throughout about the president's decision, and that Mr. Pompeo hinted at an attempt to sell Mr. Trump on a revised version of the nuclear deal or, short of that, milder sanctions than the president was seeking. Vice President Mike Pence and John Bolton, Mr. Trump's national security advisor, showed no such hesitation, though Mr. Bolton promised Mr. Johnson that the president wasn't favoring a military option, the cables said.
Raindrop, truck top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.